Hello. I'm back. Hooray. Fucking. I had a lot going on this weekend, so I didn't post. But side note, I'm back in the area where the only park I found that was super available was that super lame one. This is not a lame park, and there's not a lot of risk of, the peasants strolling by. And of course, I jest, but public people can be here because it's a park. But there's a significantly lower likelihood, and there's a silver thing up in the tree. It could be a balloon, it could be a weapon of mass destruction that's going to laser me. But yeah. Lately, a lot of the loneliness has been sinking in, setting in. I've really been feeling it, which is annoying, Mainly because being sad and lonely sucks. Also, other side note, I fucking hate the wind. Just in general, wind sucks. Like, sometimes it's nice when it's super hot outside, and you're sweating super hard, and then it's like, surprise, wind, and it's like, yay! But wind just is terrible any other time, because if it's especially cold, the wind makes it even colder, and it makes 20 degrees feel like 0 degrees, and I am speaking Fahrenheit, so there's that. Or it's just a neutral temperature outside and the wind is blowing, and then the wind is a nuisance not because it makes you cold, but because of the fact that it is just, pushing you, in a sense, Your hair goes flapping around, your clothes go flapping around, It's just shitty, and I hate it a lot, because of the fact that, but honestly, a lot of things piss me off, really, really, a lot. Like, to be fair, I'm not always in some type of mood, feeling some type of way, but when I am, even people talking for extended periods of time, I will literally be telling people to shut the fuck up, especially when they're just being redundant or reiterating so many things. See what I did there? I was redundant, but I was also kind of expounding upon the idea of redundant, so that redundancy was a little less redundant than most. But basically, people will keep saying the same things, and I'll be like, shut the fuck up, you're not adding anything new to the conversation, you just keep talking. But honestly, sometimes I'll just get mad at people for talking in general, because of the fact that, I don't know, I don't want to hear people sometimes. And I'll be like, then I'll hear somebody's music in the background, or I'll hear videos they're watching, and that I'm not doing anything else to drown out the sound, but at the same time, that shit's just pissing me off. Honestly, I'll just get to a point where I'm just mad at everything, not for any particular reason, and then my anger gets carried out at the wind as well, because the wind is one of the most easily hateable things, It's one of the things that, you can just be pissed off by. And that's, a pretty valid thing, Because it's people talking, especially when they're having real conversations, that's not really something to be pissed off by. But the wind's a different story. I could get just as pissed at the wind as I would at somebody talking when I'm not in a mood in which, I'm feeling like everything is fucking stupid and I want to murder anyone who even utters a sound. even without being in such a mood, I can get that pissed at the wind. Because the wind just, it's just fucking annoying, dude. It hurts my soul, you know? Anyway, fuck the wind. I hate the wind so much. Like, I was literally walking around yesterday, and the wind just kept blowing, and I was just like, fucking kill me already, because I hate the wind so much. Unless it's a really hot day. If it's really hot outside, I'm sweating buckets, and a nice gust of wind comes along, fuck yeah. I love the wind then. That's the only, circumstance in which I love the wind. Any other time, the wind is just a big, annoying waste of time. And I hate it a lot. So yeah, that wind bad. So yeah. Yeah. I've been out in nature a lot more recently, but I went to a state park the other day, I don't know how many states actually have state parks. I would assume most, if not all of them do, but, yeah, I went to a state park, hiked around, it was cool, I guess. It was exhausting as fuck. I almost passed out, to be honest. I actually probably added an extra mile, because of where I parked, ignoring the forewarnings that would be a bad idea. But that's what I do, I ignore forewarnings, and then I suffer later because of it. It's just life, You stubbornly refuse to listen to what everyone around you is telling you is a bad idea, only to learn yourself that it's a bad idea, No, that's not really life, that's just me. Yeah, that's just me. Unfortunate, yeah. So I was thinking about, making music again. Because, I previously discussed about how, I'm probably not gonna be able to make music just because of the fact that I can never really get anything that is something that I could turn into a song, and I've never even completed, producing, an entire instrumental track. God, I fucking hate the wind. It's not even hitting me right now, but it's being so damn loud. That's another thing. Ugh. Anyway, fuck you, wind. So, yeah. Basically, I guess I maybe put a little bit too much, effort into trying to make sure every part of my music was mine and only mine. I understand my need to be an individual or whatever, but that was potentially too much. I don't know. I think probably my biggest issue with making music is that there's no topic that I can make the music specifically for. I can talk about my experiences and stuff, and, I guess that works, but that's not exactly something that speaks to me or is super powerful to me. Mainly just because of the fact that, there's not a lot of compelling things in my experiences. A lot of my experiences boil down to I don't care, or I was wrong, or I don't care and I was wrong. And so, I don't know, I just don't have anything powerful to write about, passionate. I don't have anything that I'm passionate enough about that I can, truly just dig into that experience and write about, because writing is from a unique perspective. And if I have no unique perspective to offer, then, it's kind of a waste. I don't know, I was just kind of thinking about that recently. I really do like music though, and I would like to make music at some point. You know, I don't know. That's it, really. You know, yeah, I like poetry. I like music. I may have to. I don't know. Perhaps I can figure it out. I have thoughts as far as how to approach music in the future that I can't exactly voice or articulate. You know, I was told a lot that, you know, if you are incapable of explaining something to, like, a toddler, then you don't understand it yourself. And while that is true, in, like, the cases of, like, math and science and, like, fields of expertise in which, you know, there's a lot of facts that come first before you get into any of the theoretical, hypothetical stuff. And, like, as far as, like, basic science and math goes, yeah, if you cannot explain how that works to a toddler, then you don't have a full understanding of the concept. But then there's things like the way you feel about things, or the way you're going to approach certain things, where there's not exactly the words to describe exactly, you know, how, or exactly why. I can't even explain it to an adult who has a, you know, a much larger amount of understanding than a toddler does. And yet, that does not mean that I lack, you know, ideas or plans. It means that I don't have the words to say it. And I've all, I understood that phrase when it came to the, when it came to, like, things like math and sciences. But if anyone tries to apply such a phrase, and I'm, like, I can vaguely remember a couple of times where that phrase was, you know, supposed to be being applied to a situation like this, where, like, I know and can feel, like, my way forward, but I can't tell what exactly it is in words. And I always felt that when people tried to use that phrase for a situation like that, it was so stupid, because it's like, well, obviously, when there's a clear-cut, factual way of moving forward, then yes, you should be able to explain it to somebody in the simplest of terms. But when it comes to something where there's no clear-cut answer, and when there's, you know, no very obvious path forward, then yeah, like, you might not have the words to exactly describe how you're going to proceed, because how you're going to proceed might not necessarily be a method. It might be tapping into a certain feeling, and emotions are really hard to describe, you know? I don't know. That's just a little rant. Anyway. There was a pizza place in my area that a couple March 14th ago had, like, a deal where you could get a personal sized pizza for $3.14, because, you know, Pi Day. It's 100% a corporate holiday made to shill quantities of both regular pies at bakeries and, I guess, pizza pies or whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, that deal was really good, and, like, my friends and I, like, we all went and grabbed one. It was chill. But this year, it was like buy one pizza and get one of an equal or lesser value free. Or not free. For $3.14. Like, for $3.14. Fuck. I'm stupid. Anyway. Which is you know, a lot worse of a deal, especially since there's like no large size except online. Like, you can order a large online, but the deal is only in person. And you know, you can't order a large in person, and you can only, you know, redeem the deal in person. And, you know, it's still a buy one get one, so you're still spending like a minimum of $15. It's kind of whack as shit, to be honest. It's whatever though. It was still good. We still hung out and ate pizza. We just had, you know, significantly less pizza because of the fact that we weren't each getting. To be fair, like, literally 4 of us, you know, because 4 of us went 2 years ago. I think we tried to go last year. I can't remember what exactly hindered us. I think we were too late getting there was the problem. But 2 years ago, 4 of us got, you know, a pizza each, because, you know, personal sized pizza for $3.14. And that's like $12. And then 3 of us ate 2 like normal sized pizzas for $15. It was kind of whack as fuck, actually. But I guess it makes sense if they were like losing money on the deal. Like, you can't expect somebody to like financially just fuck themselves for your own benefit. You know, that's a bit of a high expectation. I personally can completely understand why one would refuse to fuck themselves over financially just for the gain of others. But it was still kind of disappointing. So, yeah, there's that. I don't know. Honestly, a lot of the loneliness, because I did hang out with friends this weekend, which was partially why I didn't upload. But, like, I don't know. I just kind of want someone that I could talk constantly with. And honestly, on some level, I really, like, want that on, like, in a romantic sense. Because, like, it's fine talking 24/7 with friends. I don't know, it's just not the same. I'm just feeling sad and lonely and more sad. Like, it's difficult to get out of bed sometimes, and yes, I know, you know, that's depression, it's a lack of motivation, it drags you into the bed, you can't even bring yourself to do the simplest of tasks, which is true for some parts, but I'm not super depressed. Like, you know, I can still get out of bed most mornings. You know, when I need drugs and alcohol that I won't be purchasing because legally speaking, I am not allowed to, but I am also allowed to consume such things while on private property, having been signed off by a legal guardian of some sort. So, technically, for all of the law enforcement watching, not that you would have any, not that you would have anything more than speculative evidence by me saying this on camera, but for the sake of my digital footprint, I am not committing any crimes in doing that. So, you know, we're good. But, you know, I just kind of want to numb myself a little bit. And obviously, I know, don't get too hooked on those types of things, because that can ruin your life. But I mean, would you rather slave away for the rest of your life or destroy your liver? I mean, Okay, I've done this pantomime for long enough. The point that I was so comedically making was that I don't like the fact that we need to work for money, and I even less like the fact that at least where I am, and where, you know, some of you watching are, the economy's probably going in the shitter soon. So, even worse, you know? Because not only can we not make a livable wage right now, even with like 2 or 3 jobs, but we won't be able to make a livable wage with probably 5 or 6 jobs pretty soon here. Womp womp. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna waste away and just die. But not really. I don't know, I guess it's just the struggle of existing and being a human being. We all long for companionship, deeper companionship than our friends can offer. We all long for a sense of real human connection. We all want to be fulfilled in life. We all want to, you know, we all want to be devoted. We all want to have a purpose, you know. Some people's purpose is being devoutly religious to an extreme extent. Some people's purpose is to overdose. You know, it sucks, it does. Some people's purpose is to eventually be on dialysis. And some people's purpose, well, some people don't find their purpose. And then they end up swinging from a tree. Like me, who is literally swinging from a tree. Yeah, no. Man. Not in great taste, huh? Crazy, but I don't give a fuck. I know it's a sensitive topic. Trust me, dealt with things like it in person. But I'm not all sensitive and shit, you know? I mean, I'm sensitive in a lot of ways, but people can say whatever the fuck they want in me, you know? Doesn't matter. And, you know, things can be said in poor taste. I don't give a fuck. And that's the real thing. It's like, I'm really just apathetic, you know? It's like, oh, like, that's not funny. It's like, okay, I don't care. I care about, you know, individuals. I care about, like, the people on my Discord server. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to piss them off. Like, I'm not gonna say things to try and hurt them, because I don't feel any need to, like, there's no good reason to hurt people, especially people that you semi-care about, or, you know, really care about, or et cetera, et cetera. I don't know, I'm just yapping. God, honestly, this video is kind of boring, to be honest, because it's just doom and gloom, you know? There's not a lot, you know. My Shakespeare video, like, it had a lot of substance. It was breaking down Shakespearean monologues and why I think Shakespeare is so cool and so awesome. And then this video is just me saying, man, everything fucking sucks. We all should just kill each other or put ourselves into a stupor, or, like, you know, find ourselves in, you know, giving up all of our control, so, like, so that we can rely on everyone, everything, and anything else. Or maybe we should just, you know, pray, because we're all fucked anyway, you know? I don't know, it's just, it sucks. It does. I wish that I could always just come into my videos talking about things that I'm, you know, really happy about, really passionate about, things that I really value, you know? But I don't always feel all that happy or that great, you know? Also, something I feel like a lot of people don't get, because I've been, I've been thinking some things over, is that, like, I'm socially anxious, yes, but I'm also, like, socially awkward and awkwardly social in specific scenarios. And so I'll just be saying the things that I think pretty unfiltered out loud. It's like, hey, I'm insane and I have swords in my trunk. What's good with you? It's like, oh, fuck, this guy's planning to kill me. It's like, no, I was just saying, I'm just sharing things I'm passionate about. Don't come at me, please. I didn't mean that I was gonna murder you. I just like swords, dude. Cut me some slack, but, I know social interaction. It's not like I'm, like, autistic, really. But it is like I understand how social interactions work. I'm good at reading people and reading social cues, but, like, I guess I'm not good at gauging how the things that I'm gonna say are going to, like, make people react, because, I literally said that, like, hey, I'm kind of insane and I have swords in my trunk. I didn't even for a second think, oh, hey, that's gonna give somebody, like, a serial killer vibe, and I just thought, yeah, that's an open and honest way of, introducing myself. I tried to backtrack, but I don't think I was successful. Huh. There is a person. I'm just gonna... Yeah. Just... So, I'm gonna have to do what I never thought I would. Gonna have to fucking edit one of my videos. I'm gonna censor that guy's face. He didn't want to be recorded, probably. He probably didn't even... I just hope he was out of frame. But he probably wasn't. This is a 0.5 video. Or maybe, like, his face wasn't in view. I'm gonna check that out later. I might have to edit... It's not the first time. I had to edit my, fucking strange creature in a tree one. Strange creature expresses gratitude. Because of the fact that it split into 2 videos. And since I actually had 2 videos, I was gonna actually post the whole thing. So, I just edited them together. It's fine. I'm completely capable of editing. It'll be fine. I guess a lot of, hey, I skipped that rock. I guess a lot of, our issues stem from the way people perceive us, and I don't care how people perceive me, Like, I don't give a shit. You can see me for what I truly am, and if you see what I truly am as, like, a hooligan, a miscreant, a criminal, a delinquent, if you see me as a crazy person, yes, but, like, if you don't like who I am, I can't really help that, That's a you problem, not a me problem. Like, I'm gonna keep unabashedly being myself, but, I feel like people can get to know me without saying, I'm insane and I have swords in my trunk. And then, maybe once they're a little bit more accustomed to it, they'll... once they're a little bit more accustomed to who I am, because I wasn't just completely me straight out of the gate, then, I can say, yeah, I'm kind of insane and I have swords in my trunk, and they'll be like, yeah, that checks out from what I know of you. But, like, if I say that as an opening, like, just introducing myself to someone, then obviously they're gonna fucking say, I'm running for the hills. What the hell is this guy yapping about? which probably exacerbates my loneliness. Because when I, introduce myself like that, I'm bound to be left alone and sad. Honestly, I can't tell if I've just got a really strong willpower or if, like... No, I think it is. I just do have a really strong willpower. And a lot of that is put into stubbornness. And, like, I know that there are, like, never signs that, like, people are gonna kill themselves. Like, people can seem to be super happy and then just, one day just do it. And even, like, sad people, like, they're not showing signs necessarily of self-harm. But, like, and I also know that my willpower is capable of slipping every once in a while. I mean, I'm not, like, invulnerable. I'm not completely impenetrable. I am still technically human. And no matter how strong, like, unbelievably strong my willpower is, and most of that's stubbornness, like, my willpower can slip. And so there's no way of guaranteeing saying I will never kill myself, because it might just, my willpower might slip in the right place at the right time, and I just, whoop, but, I'm too proud, I'm too stubborn, so for the most part, that's never gonna happen. And if I was killed, it was probably the CIA. Because I'm onto you. I'm not onto you. Please don't. I'm not onto you. I am of perfectly sound mind. If I die, it was not suicide. It does not matter. If I left a note, it was definitely not suicide. Like, it was not suicide. Just remember that, okay? If I ever mysteriously die, it was not suicide. It will never be suicide. Just because that's lame, I ain't into all that lame shit. There's more people, but they're walking around the other side, so we gonna be chilling. I wasn't expecting so many people, partially because it's like in the middle of the day and most people are working. But I guess in this area, like, people can just take walks. It is a public park, so I did, twas forewarned. I wonder if she, like, notices that there's a camera, or if she just thinks I'm a whack job talking to myself, which, those things are not mutually exclusive. In fact, both of them are true, but, I don't know. I joke around a lot, but, like, at the end of the day, I'm just kind of chilling at the moment. I mean, I'm not, because everything kind of sucks, but I don't know why I just got waved at, to be honest. Like, did she think I didn't see it? That was weird. Like, she straight up just stopped and waved at me. She's just some old lady walking her dog. I get it, like, old people are nice, but it was still a bit strange. I was not expecting to just, like, for her to just stop in the middle of her walk and wave at me. She didn't stop in the middle of her walk and wave at me over there, so I don't... Weird. Whatever. That didn't skip. I didn't expect it to. It wasn't cylindrical. It wasn't even flat. It was more of like, what's a cylinder called? But instead of the, like, it's a hexagon, but it goes out. Like, it's not a hexagon ball. It's like a hexagon cylinder. Who the fuck knows? It was that. That was what it was. I don't know. Man, this isn't much of a video. How was your day? Or weekend? Yeah, because I have been gone the whole weekend. Okay. Well, good for you, or not good for you, whatever the case might be. Gonna get to hang out with a friend that I haven't hung out for a while. And then also, like, I also have a friend who's, you know, signing a contract with the military soon. I'm gonna go. They scored very high, on like the second highest that the area had ever seen in terms of test scores. So they got to bypass any secondary test requirements, like for any of the jobs that they wanted to go into. You know, a lot of the jobs required a secondary test, but because of how high the score was, no secondary tests were required. They could do whatever job they wanted, which is pretty cool. You know, I personally cannot fucking do, you know, military shit just because of the fact that I'm a defiant little anarchist, and I don't take well to being given orders. You know, part of that whole wanting to be more free than anybody else. That kind of clashes a little bit with the military, who especially at first wants to essentially strip you of your identity, and just make you another rank in their vast amount of people. You know what's so funny? How we're keeping the military budget so high despite the fact that we're trying to save money. If you wanted to do that, you could cut, I don't know, the biggest wealth of resources in the entire country. But what do I know, you know? I'm just a fucking broke kid who has, like, zero prospects. Yeah. But we can't cut spending to the military for real. Because, you know, if we cut spending to the military, then... Oh, you mean cut spending to the military like just because it's the smart thing to do. Yeah, we can do that. But no, we really can't, because also the billionaires that we're all friends with are the people supplying the stuff. And if they're supplying the stuff, then we can't give them more money by buying their stuff if we cut our military budget. Duh. So obviously we can't do that. Whatever. This isn't supposed to be social commentary. This is me commentary. And my commentary on me is that I'm sad and lonely. God, I can't stop harping on how sad and lonely I am, which is so pathetic, you know? Okay, last 5 to 10. Last 5 to 10, confidence. Okay? So, basically, I think I'll get it started here. Basically, if you have not heard, I have very, very bad anxiety, you know. My friend was like, yeah, I have anxiety too. I was like, yeah, you know, don't you hate how it steals your breath? And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you know, how it, like, literally takes the breath out of your lungs. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that did not happen to me. Like, but yeah, it hurts, but it's like, it's not, it doesn't physically hurt. It's like mental damage, you know? Like, I just get a bad feeling in my brain. I was like, fun. Yeah, no, my anxiety steals my breath away from me, like literally, to where there's no breath in my lungs. You know, it makes my heart pound really hard. You know, head rushes. You know, it causes, you know, muscle spasms that are decently painful, and sometimes it'll even simulate like heart attack conditions, where it literally feels like I am being fucking murdered. And yeah. And he's like, oh, that's fun. Yeah, and my anxiety does not do that. I was like, oh, fun. Because I just kind of, I kind of thought that was like the norm. Apparently it's not. Anyway, but yeah, so we were talking about anxiety. And anxiety is one of the primary reasons I don't have, like, any fucking confidence. I wish I had confidence. I really do. And to be honest, I've been working on it. I've been working on trying to be more confident. Like, there's no way in hell that I could do a lot of things. But I used to not be able to approach strangers at all. And, now I can kind of approach strangers and just strike up a conversation with them. Not in the fucking, I have swords in my trunk way, but like in the, like, I just join whatever conversation they're talking about. And that was kind of a skill that I got used to during, like, scholarship, weekends for colleges. But no, I fucking hate that I don't have confidence, It's just the worst, to be honest. I swear, I'm probably gonna have to, like, edit so many faces out of this video. Go on, dog. I'm talking to the dog, not the person. I said dog, but dog also is used as a term for, like, buddy. Hey there, buddy. I don't know. I'm just kind of sick of this shit. I'm sick of being unconfident. I'm sick of being unable to introduce myself properly. I don't even know how to go about talking to people. I'm sick of having such a small, like, circle. I want more friends. I want more prospects. I want more fucking social interaction. You know what the worst part about being me is? No. Not even close. Not even close to the worst part. You know what a bad part about being me is? I'm an extrovert, but I am socially anxious, which means that unless, I am talking to people that I already know, because that gives me a lot of energy. Like, I get a lot of energy from hanging out with people I know. But, like, meeting new people to hang out with is fucking terrible. And when you have such a limited circle, and you have such limited options for hanging out with people, you're often feeling downtrodden and unenergized because of the fact that you get energy from being around people, but the only people that you can stand to be around are the people you already know, because if you're around people you don't already know, then you're gonna fucking die, and that sucks. Although, I've gotten better at, forming decent acquaintanceships, with people, again, kind of had to interact with people for, like, scholarship shit. So I've gotten better, but I just, God, I just lack so much energy when I'm not around people. And obviously they're like, well, anxiety produces a lot of energy. Yeah, in a, like, I'm gonna fucking die way, not in a healthy energy that I can actually put to any use way. Like, and then once that energy is gone from the anxiety, like, once my anxiety calms down, I don't have any of the energy the anxiety gave. Like, anxiety is like energy in excess, but then also, like, it's there and it's bad because it's in excess, and then it's gone and none of it's there because I don't know, I just fucking hate my life at the moment, kind of sucks ass, and I don't know what to do, Maybe just waste away. Gonna get to hang out with a friend tonight. We're probably gonna play some video games. It'll be fucking cool, but, like, I just kind of want to jump off a bridge, but not really, you know. Hypothetically, not hypothetically, yeah, theoretically jump off a bridge. Like, jump off a bridge in my head. I don't know. I'm never gonna end my suffering because that's a pussy way to go out, but, like, at the same time, I'm so sick of this shit, you know? Everybody around, like, half of my established, you know, guy friend group has gone straight-laced, which is kind of lame, because for boys' nights, like, we kind of got fucked up sometimes, you know? And now if half of the boys are, like, just not gonna do any of that shit, then what's the point, you know? I need to veer them off of the path that they're on. They need to start drinking alcohol again. Especially because, okay, look, I would get it. I really would get it if they were, like, alcoholics, drug addicts, you know, fucking real nasty guys. But they're not. They drink on occasion, when we're, like, having fun, when we're partying, and they went totally straight-laced. Like, what a bunch of fucking lamos, you know? Like, I get it. Habitual drinking, it's not good for you. And I can even understand the principle of not wanting to drink, like, a lot. But, motherfucker. Straight-laced. You're not even in your fucking 20s and you're going straight-laced. Chill the fuck out. God, they're so lame. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna title this video something to the effect of, like, how I'm complaining about how sucky my life is. Yeah, I don't even know what I was gonna say. How bad my life is, because that's what it is. It's what it's always been. My life fucking sucks. And I'm saying it a lot. I need more friends, people around me that I can chill with, and maybe a girlfriend or something. Man, I hope this video wasn't, like, terrible, because I could definitely see that. It's whatever, though. My life sucks at the moment. I need more friends. See ya.